What if I told you the most dangerous enemies you'll ever face? Aren't out there, but within. These 9 deadly sins have existed for centuries, not just as religious warning, but as psychological truths. They whisper to us daily, shaping our choices, relationships, and even our destiny. Let's break them down, not with fear, but with understanding. Number 1, envy. Envy isn't just jealousy, it's a darker, deeper emotion. Jealousy says, I want what you have. But envy goes further. It says, I want what you have, and I don't want you to have it. It's when admiration turns sour. When someone's success feels like your failure. Envy whispers in your ear, why not me? And suddenly their happiness feels like a personal attack. You start seeing others not as inspirations, but as threats. Social media only fuels the fire. Every scroll brings someone's highlight reel, vacations, perfect bodies, promotions, love stories. And even if you were content before, envy creeps in like a shadow, making you feel smaller, poorer, and less worthy. You begin comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's spotlight moments. But envy doesn't stop at feelings, it affects actions. It can turn friends into rivals, gratitude into resentment, and progress into paralysis. It convinces you you're always behind, even when you're exactly where you need to be. The truth is, envy blinds you to your own blessings. The cure? Gratitude. Focus on your journey. Celebrate others. Not because you're losing, but because you're growing. Life's not a competition. Your path is yours alone. Number 2, lust. Lust isn't love. It's desire without depth, a fire that burns hot, but never warm. It reduces people to bodies, not souls. You're not connecting, you're consuming. And in today's hypersexual world, lust is everywhere, dressed up as confidence, empowerment, even love itself. But lust skips the work that real intimacy requires. No patience, no vulnerability, no trust. Just instant gratification. It feels good in the moment, but what's left after? Often regret, loneliness, a craving that never really ends. Lust can spiral into obsession, damaging relationships, distorting self-worth, feeding addiction. It convinces you that you need more, but never teaches you how to feel whole. There's nothing wrong with desire. It's part of being human. But when lust takes the wheel, it drives you off course. Real connection? That takes slowing down. It's not about taking, and it's about understanding. Because in the end, intimacy without love is just noise. And noise never satisfies for long. Number 3, sloth. Sloth isn't just being lazy, it's deeper, more dangerous. It's knowing what needs to be done, and still doing nothing. It's that silent decision to stay still when life asks you to move. It shows up as procrastination, avoidance, endless scrolling, anything to escape effort. Sloth tells you you've got time while stealing it. It feels like comfort, but it's actually decay. Day by day you drift, not because you can't, but because you won't. It kills dreams quietly, not with failure, but with delay. You don't crash, you just fade. And in a world filled with potential, that's a tragedy. Rest is necessary, sloth is refusal. Rest heals, sloth numbs. One recharges you, the other robs you. Sloth keeps you stuck in maybe later until there's no later left. Real growth? It starts with showing up, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Number 4, resentment. Resentment is silent poison. It doesn't shout, it simmers. It builds slowly, tucked behind polite smiles and swallowed words. You tell yourself you're over it, but deep down the hurt lingers. It often starts with betrayal or unfairness, but grows when we stay quiet, when we never truly confront what broke us. Resentment feels like armor, but it's really a cage. You replay the moment, the words, the pain, again and again, hoping it'll feel different. It never does. The truth? Resentment doesn't punish the person who hurt you. It punishes you. It ties your worth to wounds, your future to the past. Forgiveness isn't a weakness. It's strength. It's not about excusing what happened. It's about choosing peace over pain. Resentment is heavy. You weren't meant to carry it forever. Freedom begins when you say, enough. Number 5, wrath. Wrath is anger with no brakes. It's not a spark, it's a wildfire. While anger can signal injustice and spark change, wrath isn't about resolution. It's about destruction. It wants to hurt, to dominate, to burn everything in its path, even if that includes you. It can erupt in a split second or simmer for years, waiting for the moment to explode. And when it does, it's brutal. Wrath can shatter relationships, end careers, destroy reputations, and sometimes lives. The scariest part? Wrath often feels justified. You convince yourself you're right, that the punishment is deserved. But beneath that rage, there's usually pain, deep unprocessed pain. True strength isn't lashing out, it's mastering the storm inside. Wrath screams, healing listens. You don't have to suppress anger, but you must learn to channel it, to speak it, not swing it, to release it without ruining everything. Because once wrath takes control, there's no telling what it will take with it. Number 6, vanity. Vanity isn't self-love, it's self-obsession. It's not about feeling good in your skin. It's about needing others to say you're enough. It's the endless chase for admiration, the constant checking of mirrors, screens, and comment sections. In the age of selfies and social media, vanity wears many masks: beauty, success, fame. But behind all the filters lies a fragile ego, desperately afraid of being unseen, unnoticed, or unloved. Vanity feeds on comparison and crumbles under criticism. It demands perfection but fears vulnerability. And the danger? Vanity never rests. No compliment is enough. No number satisfies. It's a hunger that grows the more you feed it. True confidence doesn't scream for attention. It stands quiet in self-respect. Real beauty is found in authenticity, not applause. And when you stop needing the world to validate you, you finally start living freely. Number 7, pride. Pride isn't power, it's a prison. It whispers, you're above them. You don't need advice, you're always right. But that voice, it isolates. It turns confidence into arrogance and wisdom into stubbornness. Pride breaks more than it builds. It keeps you from saying, I'm sorry, and even more from saying, I need help. It shuts down growth because it can't admit flaws. It ruins friendships, destroys teams, and blocks healing. And the scariest part? Pride is often invisible to the one carrying it. It hides behind phrases like, I've got this, or they just don't understand. But real strength isn't never falling. It's owning up when you do. It's the courage to be wrong, to learn, to listen. Humility doesn't mean thinking less of yourself. It means thinking of yourself less. It means choosing truth over ego. Peace over being right, pride shouts. Humility speaks, and that's where true greatness lives. Because the mirror may reflect your face, but only your actions reflect your worth. Number 8, greed. Greed isn't ambition, it's an obsession. It's a hunger that refuses to be satisfied. It whispers, just a little more. But more is never enough. More money, more stuff, more status. It turns life into a race you can't win. Greed measures success by possession, not purpose. It sees people as obstacles or tools, not humans. It destroys empathy. It builds empires on broken backs. And worst of all, it convinces you that your value is tied to your wealth. But here's the truth. You can own everything and still feel like nothing. Because greed doesn't fill, it drains. The more you feed it, the more it takes. Relationships crumble, joy fades, and gratitude disappears. Wealth isn't wrong. But when wealth owns you, when it controls your choices and clouds your heart, greed has already won. The cure, generosity, giving breaks greed's grip. It reminds you that worth isn't in what you take. It's in what you give. Number 9, gluttony. Gluttony isn't just stuffing your face, it's overindulgence in disguise. It's the need to fill a void with anything. Food, screens, shopping, noise. It whispers, just one more, and before you know it, you're lost in excess. It's not about hunger, it's about escape. We binge to avoid discomfort. We scroll to dodge silence. We consume, not because we need more, but because we don't know what to do with less. Gluttony feeds on impulse and numbs us to purpose. But the cruel joke? The more you consume, the less fulfilled you feel. It promises comfort, but delivers restlessness. It robs you of balance, clarity, and self-control. Gluttony isn't just unhealthy, it's unfulfilling. Because true peace doesn't come from piling on more. It comes from learning to pause, to breathe, to appreciate. Contentment isn't found in quantity, but in enough. These 9 sins aren't just religious concepts. They're real, human flaws we battle every day. But awareness is power. When you name the enemy, you can fight it. So ask yourself, which of these sins do you see in your life? Comment below, which one hit you the hardest? If this video made you reflect, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message. Let's grow together.